Hello volunteers and anyone in the public who's curious how we fill these water stations. So you can see here on my GoPro I've got a beer pong like filler. We wash them regularly, so with hand dish soap and such. We have towels here for our volunteers to clean the stations, and then our volunteer will use a canteen-like contraption to bring water from a public drinking water fountain to the water station. So they just turned this Kettler, the new management company here at this building, just turned this drinking fountain on, and so I will fill this 6-gallon jug, and our volunteers are given smaller ones because I have an e-bike and a trailer and we couldn't fundraise enough money this year to get grocery carts or anything for our volunteers to carry stuff. So you can see how I'm using the water bottle filling thing. The water's going into this canteen. The water jugs at each of the stations. There's one at Bryan Street Dog Park there. There's one 0.3 miles down the trail at Carlos Rosario Adult Education Center. That is all the stations are for dogs and humans, and those jugs are 5 gallons. Our volunteers have smaller station jugs here, the intention being that that's a lighter thing that they can carry, and we're hoping to cycle through volunteers so that the water gets topped up regularly. Okay, I'm gonna cut the GoPro for right now while this fills, and I will pick the video back up when we're at the station and I'm filling. All right, we're arriving at the drinking station here. Get my kit, get my cleaning towel, and my water filling jug. So you'll see that each one of our stations has a trash, a water jug, and a cup dispenser, and a dog bowl on a some craft string here. Because of all the pollen and because of Fort Myer construction here, this station is going to get dirty throughout the year, perhaps almost as bad as any other place. And it's nice that they've already decided to tag the station even though it's been open for a week and a half. Portable water dog bowl I've already gone over. So please, if you're a passerby and you notice this door is down, it's similar on all the stations, please put it back up. It collects rainwater, and it's a giant pain in the ass when this fills with rainwater and it becomes stinky and hard to dispose of. So you can see that I've taken the cups that weren't used and put them back on this. I will obscure for the public viewers, I'm going to obscure the exact key, but we've got a padlock here at every station, and our volunteers will have a corresponding labeled key, and I'm going to put it in here. We open the padlock. So this is all, as much as we can reasonably do, locked down. We've got cable locks on the table for the trash, for this entire thing, and then this top is locked down with cable. You can see that we last filled the station on Sunday. It is Thursday. We're hoping to bring that down to every other day at least. We're just getting keys distributed to our volunteers right now. It's hard to get Ace to make 40 different keys They looked at me like I was a crazy person. All right, so you can see I've opened this, got the water here. Now, for our volunteers, you're gonna wanna make sure that there's probably an air escape thingy, like a little knob or something to pull out or open. Do that because it minimizes the amount of gurgling. The water comes out. It's got the spout here, which is nice for low flow, but not something I really find helpful. And you can see here that the water's empty. So I'm gonna just pour this in here. Make sure that's open. Makes the fun gurgling sounds of water. Come on. All right, we fill it to the 5-gallon line, assuming our volunteers' water has enough. Close the lid back up. Now, for those who are curious and have good questions about whether this is sanitary, in the year and a half that we've been doing this, the best solution I have come up with to keep the water sanitary and not tepid and attracting bacteria is to, well, first of all, number one, refill the water cycle, dump old water, get new water in as often as we can. And obviously last year with a 1 or 2 person operation, that was quite hard. The other is this. So hopefully this is framed in the camera. We use Aqua Tabs water purification tablets, and I welcome people to correct me on the concentration according to their instructions, but my reading says 2 of these white tablets, purification tablets, per 5 gallons. So our volunteers who have 2.5-gallon jugs, they put 1 in. So we drop that in, it'll start bubbling in a second, and that, at least for the next day or 2, should make sure that water is good. Put this back in my my toolkit. All right, I will now lock this back up. Got more keys than a janitor these days. Okay, our volunteers make sure this waterproof tab is closed. Now, because this is such a dirty station already, I'm gonna dump some water on top here. This is some excess I had. This out of the way. Close that, yikes. Close this water jug off. And again, we clean these jugs often. I'm gonna take this cleaning towel that is, yes, a golf bag towel. I'm gonna clean some of this tree pollen and catkin and flowering plant debris, and well, there's not much we can do about the graffiti. Having black trashes is also a mixed bag because they get heated in the summer and attract dirt. Okay, this for a, I got to get into my day job here, so I'm gonna finish up. Now that we've got the new water in, I'm gonna rinse out this and get it here up on the top. Clean this off. Our volunteers are instructed to put one of these extreme sticky notes that are in theory waterproof on top of the station. It's not good. And label when they last filled it. Today is the 18th. And so fresh water, April 18, Thursday. Our volunteers should also all have some Friends of the MBT stickers, so I welcome you to ask them to, and we'd love for you to put them all over your laptops, whatever you want. Our volunteers will also hopefully anchor these down with a little bit of packing tape. It's not the sturdiest tape, it's not, you know, but we just want to make sure that this stays. In theory, the actual sticky note is waterproof. They're very expensive extreme sticky notes designed for like construction sites. So there's that. I will bring this back to my bike trailer. There's my kit. Put this back on the carabiner. All right, a final note. So you'll notice we have these little playthings. This was my attempt this year to level off these tables. The stations work best when the tables are dead level, or plumb, or whatever the correct term is. But obviously this side is not level, so I zip tied some things to level that. We empty the trash usually every week, but it depends upon demand. The Carlos Rosario station here is by far the highest demand. Awesome to see a little girl riding on the trail. The cups. Now, your donations right now, the so far donations have gone to build these kits, these station things, and the kits for all of our volunteers. These cups massively increase the use of the water. It would be great if your donations could go to help us fill these cups. They're expensive and not ideal, but there's no practical way to create a drinking fountain without actually installing a drinking fountain, which is what DDOT and the National Park Service should be doing on this trail. So please donate for the cups. And then the sign here, I don't want to mess up the QR code viewers in your phones, but we could use volunteers, join our email list, donations help. And then we're looking for volunteers for the water stations to help us do marketing, like at farmers markets. We want to do service and social events like community cleanups with groups like the NoMa Run Club or Eckington Parks and Arts. Local government advocacy, we're testifying at DC Council, meetings with council members. And then we're hoping this year to formalize our fundraising with a fiscal sponsor to form an official C3 nonprofit, or at least apply. Thank you very much for all your support. We hope that this helps you use the trail. There's in addition to the drinking fountain that's over by the Chase, at Bryant Street, there's official drinking fountains at Tanner Park, and we hope that more of those become frequent. Once you get onto 8th Street and over by the Brookland Arts Walk, we have 2 more of these. We have one at the Catholic University dorms, like that area of John McCormack Drive on the side trail. And then we have run all the way at the end of DC property at the Fort Totten trash transfer station. They all have cups, assuming we can afford them. They all have water, they all have trash, they all have dog bowls, assuming they stay you know, strapped in with these wire leashes. Thank you again for all of your support. Have a great day.